but we'll try. So I'm Glenda Underhill, and
I'm Mike.
Mike Oates, and I'm playing a lever harp.
I play concertina, this funny looking device up here with all the little buttons, harmonicas, which you just heard, and out here I've got a whistle or a flute.
Conversation about Michael and I both write as well as play music, and so tonight is sort of a bit of a mix of our writing and our music. It's about an Irish woman, and it's set in 17th century Ireland, which was quite a challenging time for people playing the harp, because the harp was seen as an instrument of resistance, and most of them were destroyed, and harpers were discouraged from playing, sometimes quite strongly, by perhaps having some fingers removed, or even worse, to be having their head removed. So anyway, the voice in my story is the voice of a woman. She's about 40 years old. She's come from a very poor background where very few people even could afford shoes, and she's fled from one side of Ireland to the other to take refuge with family. But the family that she goes to live in an isolated area, and their lifestyle is very different.
Lovely, yeah. It sounds quite ancient, actually, but it was written by a fellow called Sean O'Reilly in, I think it would be 1962, and it was a soundtrack of a film called Barry Lyndon. So if anybody wants to chase that down. But it's got that old feel about it, and it's lovely to play. Okay, well, these were rough times, and time is the subject of what we'll do next. It's the first poem of my book, of my first book. The poem is called Time, and seems that we're talking about distant times as well as modern time. Everything accumulated, everything we hold in store, everything we love and treasure, travels both ways through our door. Time the noble, time the cheat, those pendulums swing to and fro. For every moment time has lent us, all in time will surely go. Time may loan us grace and beauty, strength and vigour, robust health, strength and talent, wit and wisdom, power and glory, fame and wealth. We may with luck attain a plateau, flushed with fortune and success. The more we hold, the more dependent. How could we survive with less? And there we stand to pose defiant, clinging blind to youth and gain. We may, as Faust, resort to barter, or as Macbeth, we go insane. It differs not which course we follow. Time will be the thief of night. Set your alarms and post your sentries. Time will take it all in spite. For all things real or things imagined, time will not discriminate. States of mind or items concrete, time will master vault and gate. Time is everything and nothing. Time has been and always will. Time may fly or time may tarry. At no time has time stood still. Time will not be tamed or harnessed. For what do units mean to time? Time will journey on forever and will never reach its prime. All things shared must be divided. For each discontent is time, yet there is one sole exception. Of course, the element of time. So, sow your seeds and build your bridges. Rise to heights you know in dreams. Go, live your life with earnest passion, for time is seldom what it seems.
Yeah. So the fellow is Turlock O'Carolan, that we're playing a lot of his pieces. And like many of the harpers, this is a bit later, they were blind, and they were made blind through the disease of smallpox. And being a harper, I marvel at this because I'm sighted, and I struggle to find the right strings, but most of the harpers the majority of them were blind at this in Ireland during this period. And but because their hearing was so well developed due to the loss of sight, the harp was a means for them to make a living. And with O'Carolan, he'd been made blind at the age of 13, but the big house where his father worked, the lady of the house had looked after this boy and made sure he was educated along with her children. And when he was blinded, she had him taught the harp so that he could, make a life for himself. And many of them travelled around. Some stayed in one place and became the harper of that region, but many of them were itinerant harpers, and they would play for the big houses and maybe compose a tune for a patron or whatever. So the next pair of tunes that we're going to play are both O'Carolan pieces. And the first one is called Blind Mary, and it's a tune that was made as opposed to composed, because I don't know if this is right, but they do say that O'Carolan would make up the tunes on the buttons of his waistcoat as he travelled from one house to the next, using the buttons instead of strings. But anyway, this is a tune, the Blind Mary is a tune of thank you to Blind Mary for teaching him for a short while.
It's going to be followed by a more lively tune, which is called Hewlett, which is also composed by O'Carolan. Thank you. Thank you. We'd love to thank the staff for putting up with this and making the facility available.
I think we all need to give the library a hand.
Thank you all.